Okay, so I just want to say this quick disclaimer that I want to let everybody know that this is a parody, or prestige if you may call it, of cinema, since there's everything wrong with cinema. Anything that's going to be said afterwards is just going to be for comedy and entertainment purposes, just like the mod itself. And I'm not trying to be negative or bash Team Pepega of what they have created. And this also goes towards anybody that likes the game and the mod itself. So, go ahead and help yourself with some food and snacks at the tents that we have in the fest, and just wait and sit tight for the video to commence, and I hope you enjoy it. One last announcement, I just want to say this real quick to anybody with the first name Mark. Regardless if you're a fan, guest, a racer, or an employee of the festival, I'm gonna need you to pack your stuff, get all your belongings, clock out, go home, and go to sleep. Because I said so. It doesn't matter what the time of the day is, just get out of here. Go to sleep. Thank you. We're exposing somebody's license plate. Hold on now. Hey, good thing I caught that at the last second and censored it.
The year is 2005.
I like how the heads-up display was left in the video as well. Shout out to Manly Reviews. I remember I watched this video before too.
Hey, I'm Eden, PR manager of the upcoming Pepega Street Festival. Do you own a car? Are you afraid of high speeds? Did you fail your driver's license? What the fuck? If your answers to these questions were yes, no, and at least once, then you might be the right guy for this.
Regardless of how I answer the questions? Okay. Like it's not illegal to jump into a racing festival with no license.
This weekend at the Autobahn Ring, you get the chance to win big! A series of races awaits you, and if you can beat everyone, there's a serious special offer waiting for you. A Rookie Rampage invitation! What's that, Mr. Eden? I'm glad you asked, boy. This could be your entry ticket to the world of motorsport. Big cars, big money, big chicks! Actually, scratch that, no big chicks.
Big as in height or with weight? Because I can understand the second one.
What are you waiting for? Bring your shitbox and all your guts down to the ring before entry's closed. And who knows, maybe you got what it takes to be the next king.
Better Call Saul? More like Better Call Eden. Commercial works better for him to be a lawyer. Let's pretend that this mod story is part of the NFS Blackbot series for a second. Because I want to ask, does Nick and especially Ryan just live through every day with the helmet on? Like, do they ever take it off to eat, drink, or even when it comes to taking a shower? How about when it gets hot? Because I don't think just flipping their visor is enough to control the heat.
Yeah, that's not looking good.
And it's also good that you conveniently showed up. May I ask, how long has that toast been in the trunk?
Well, crazy's the word today. Oh, I'm Eden, by the way. Say, were you going to the Autobahn Ring? And I think entries will close very soon. I don't think you're gonna be there in time. What time is it? You're gonna be late. I saw some people camping there in front of the festival. I don't think you're gonna make it in time, buddy. Can I see your driver's license? Nick Cooper? Like Ryan Cooper?
Nah, that ID gotta be fake. Ain't no way that's his ID. I don't see a helmet in that picture.
You're in luck. I'm from the PR management of the festival. I can give you a spot, but only under one condition. I'm gonna need you to win, because they're not gonna let me split like any random drivers in there if they don't got any skill. Alright? Alright, then I'm gonna give them a call, and you just drive on through. They should be letting you through, alright? Nice dashboard toy you got there.
Man, you didn't have to throw away Mbappe like that. I like how they use the music from Sonic All-Stars Transformed. One day that visor will be flipped. That's what it looks like eating paycheck to paycheck.
So there are a few things you should know. You've just beaten the playoffs, and that got you a seat into the Invitational of Rookie Rampage. They're far from the most prestigious group out there, don't get me wrong. But the location is gonna be special. So have you ever been on a plane before?
A better question would be, does he even have a passport?
Well, you got a long trip ahead, buddy, because that's exactly what I wanted to meet you here for.
and it's this year. You, my friend, are going to Nevada. Make sure not to lose this ticket or you'll have to pay for it yourself. Oh, and your golf can stay at home. They'll supply you with a ride there. Yeah, you better get used to traveling. Like, we have festival sites planned all across the globe. Like, we're talking Chicago, Mondello Park, Tokyo. You'll like it, you'll see.
I know. I'm thinking about this way too much than I need to, and I should, but how is Nick gonna get through TSA with his helmet on? You know, airport security? I mean, hell, how was Ryan able to travel?
Hey! Looks like you didn't get sunburned. Congrats.
Yeah, but he must be sweating under that helmet.
You see, while you might win over the crowd with your skills, there are also folks that see people like you as a threat. To their image, their bank account, doesn't really matter. Those folks that I'm talking about are the current kings. Basically masters of their class who don't want any threat to their reputation.
First up, we got Raven West, led by Nathan McCain. These guys ran in the Grid World Series not too long ago and got kicked out because they were exposed for circumventing racing regulations. Simply put, they are cheaters, and Nathan is the biggest fraud of them all.
Including his uncle too, which, damn, he really fell off.
You might recognize these blokes. They are the old Top Gear crew who migrated into the Grand Tour a few years back. After the show's cancellation,
For real this time.
now they opened up a racing team under the Top Gear banner.
You know, I wonder if BBC was okay with it too.
It didn't take long for the drag races to get a massive audience. After all, almost everyone wants to see them drive in person. However, only 9 out of 10 races get published. Occasionally, a few events just evaporate into dust, with the reason being a cancellation. This is nothing but a lie to cover up what actually happens on these occasional events. You see, the Top Gear guys are quite old at this point. Old enough where their sight, reaction times and motoring functions are starting to give in. So every now and then, they cause massive fatal accidents with the audience that would otherwise end their racing career entirely. However, they have everyone who joins these events sign an NDA, so no one can tell the true story about what really happens on these events without getting sued out of their life savings.
I get it, it's an NDA, but is it still legal to have an NDA while they're getting away with murder?
Next on the list we got Ken Block and Monster Energy. It's no lie that Ken got massive skills, and he's pretty open about this being his final showing.
That aged horrible, man. I'm not gonna sin it, but yeah, everybody knows what happened.
Monster Energy is currently working on a new formula for their energy drinks that is attempting to get their consumers addicted to their cans. They are planning a massive overtake of every vending machine, food booth, and even restaurants in the area. All they care about is profits. The health of the people on the festival sites is none of their concern.
And so does Coca-Cola too.
Last but not least, we got the Hot Shots, led by Crew HS. They are a newly formed team of former content creators turned street racers. This is where things get personal for me. I used to be Kuro's right-hand man back when we were still off the grid, but his greed and corruption made me turn against him.
I mean, look at him. Bro really thinks he's among the racing gods. Still inaccurate, but I like this detail though. I just wish they were connected.
I've given them your number, and they should be calling you back very, very soon, so keep an eye out.
You know it's Kuru, but I want to know where is Kuru in this sea of NPCs. I know you're not sweeping much with that broom. Get a new one, man. You can afford it. Wait. You could buy a Ford GT with Bitcoin?
This is Nick Cooper. I've seen you drive with a B-suit. You got some serious skills, I'll tell you that. Drivers like you usually drive for a reason. What is yours?
You know who I am, don't you?
I know who you are. I want to know who did you give a cheap Genki to find Cooper's phone number?
I'm supposed to believe some washed-up rookie just came to the scene to take on everyone.
That's what Rio thought of Ryan.
Hey, it's me again. Listen.
I know a way we can find out the truth. You're gonna be in Ibiza tomorrow, right? You and Eden are planning to celebrate there. So ask him to meet at his place.
Once you're there, check his office when he's distracted. Look for anything that seems suspicious.
I heard he's been dumping a lot of money into a car. He's a PR guy, he's not a racer. What does he need a fast car for?
To flex? I like how the TV has the mute icon, but yet we're still hearing music like it's coming from the TV.
Alright, so listen, next up you're going up against Peak Performance. These guys expect nothing but the best cars, and we're talking hypercars, concept cars, best of the best. Competition will be tough and expectations will be high. So make sure to give it your best shot. Sorry man, let me see if I have like a straw or something. Sit tight.
If you're gonna live through every day of your life with a racing helmet on, might as well just cut a hole and connect a straw to it. Oh my god! Oh jeez, oh my god!
You've made it into the big leagues now. That means you'll soon earn more money than you could have ever asked for. The best cars, just everything. Is that my people down there?
Bro, it took him like 3 looks just to find out. He's really got good benefits working at the festival to get 20,000 off the Z Proto.
And who knows, maybe you got what it takes to be the next king! Alright, is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, I think that's it, and you killed it. You had me buying this bull.
I gotta say I have my doubts about this idea. I mean, like, I get the whole part of rigging a bet and all, but you really think this is gonna work? You really think some random guy is just gonna watch the ad and just gonna trust us?
I mean, look how that's turning out.
Alright, need any more takes or are we done? We're done?
That's a wrap, man.
Sweet. So what's next? Editing?
Nah, I gotta take a piss.
And then editing, yeah, that's step 2.
Hey Nick, you found something? Huh. I always knew he had it in him.
Huh. Guess Kuru knows how to speak and understand Claude.
So here's how I see it. Eden is not your friend. Never has been. He's using you for a bet he has carefully rigged in his favor over the last few months. On one hand, he has supported you all this time to gain your trust, and it has clearly worked. He has given you everything you needed to know. Signed you up for events, helped you become the most promising rookie in racing history, and as a team, you managed to climb up the ladder like no other. And the audience loves you. Now you're a winner, and they're always rooting for you. And on the other hand, he has been watching you. He knows every single detail about you. Your strengths, your weaknesses, your cars, your setups, everything. He knows better than anyone else what it would take to see you lose. And this is where his ingenious plan comes in. I think Eden will use your status as a crowd favorite against you. Nick is planning to challenge you to a duel. Your fans will bet millions on your win, while Eden will hold the other side of the bet. Since he knows all your weaknesses, he will know exactly how to beat you and to humiliate you in front of everyone. He never cared about you, Nick. All he cares about is getting his status back. He wants it all, your fame, your fortune, and he knows how to get it. In fact, he's never been just a PR guy. He owns the event, Nick. He owns it all.
Alright, forget what I said about benefits earlier. He really tried to save 20,000 just to keep himself and the festival afloat for a Z Proto. Again, nothing wrong with that in saving money. He is the owner of the festival after all. He can do whatever he wants, but bullshit that Z Proto costed 40 grand.
Hey Nick, what's up? What's going on? What did you want to meet me for here? Whoa, what's going on, man? Relax. Relax. Hey, let's talk. What is this?
Need for Speed Fight Street. Now you better catch these hands. Racing your right arm in one scene and then racing your left on the next scene. Think I would have noticed that.
You found out, didn't you? Who told you? Kuru? You've come so far, Nick. We both did. I suppose after all you've done, the least I could tell you is the truth. So here goes. Yes, I've been spying on you all this time. Listen, Nick, I'm not just the PR guy or whatever it's called. I'm the manager of the whole event. You see, Kuru and I, we go way back, many years ago. We were both running the illegal street racing scene at the time, and I just didn't like the way he was running things. You know, the corruption and the lies, I couldn't stand it, you know? And so I helped a newcomer, someone just like you, rise to the top and dethrone Kuru. And then everyone just kind of disbanded. And I was just left there with a lack of purpose. I didn't know what to do with myself, you know? And so I decided to start something up, you know, basically make it professional. Yeah, and I built up this whole festival, you know. build it up from the ground up. But things weren't always that easy, you know. Building something up like that, it takes a huge amount of cash that I just didn't have at the time. And so yeah, I had to sell all these festival sites, you know, Chicago, Tokyo, Mondello Park. I had to sell all of that off to all these shady organizers we know today, and everything I told you about them is the truth, Nick. And my hands were tied. I had no cash, no drivers, nothing. I was out of options. My hands were tied. So I had to look for another solution. And that's where you come in. That ad you've seen on TV all this time ago, that was so I could find new drivers. And eventually I found you. Remember back right here, it was right here, when I helped you fix that Golf? I saw it in your eyes, Nick. I saw you wanted something. Recognition.
Yeah, recognition and attention from the crowd and sponsors, not from the festival manager spying on a daily basis.
So here's how the plan would go. My plan was to build up a fan favorite. And then when the time was right, I would set up a duel between you and I. Everyone would bet on you, except for one person. Myself. And since I documented every single little thing about you, I found every hole in your car setup, every little hole in your driving style, I would know exactly how to beat you. Even
when it comes to aggressive driving that can total your car in a malicious way? I mean, how well do you know Nick Cooper to be predictable? If it's really been months, I'm impressed that this turtle's still here at the same spot.
Thanks for coming. You really didn't need to. What if I told you it doesn't need to go down like this? I couldn't stand the idea of rigging a race. I mean, everything I've been working against, and the only way out is to do the very thing I despised? Nah. If I'm going to get out of this, I'm going to do it on my own terms. So here's the deal. A fair race, you and I, all cards on the table, no rigging, no nothing. If I win, I collect the betting money, and we do things just like I planned.
Ah, so it's still rigged. Good to know. I don't know Ryan's driving record, but I'm pretty sure he's at the thin line from not maintaining a license.
Stay back, I'm armed. Oh, God. All right, T.O., I get it. Well, I'll be. Ryan Cooper, we ain't seen hide nor hair you for the better part of 3 years. What can I do for you? Okay. You could just use your words.
Have you even heard him speak? Because I know he speaks Claude.
Oh, well. Looking for your cousin, huh? He actually stopped by here this morning on his way to Palmont City, Carbon Canyon, I think.
Remember, Carbon and ProStreet are not connected in any way in terms of story and geographical locations. One has a fictional location, the other one has real-world locations. Ryan Cooper and the player from Carbon are not the same person. You got a problem with that? Fight me.
Hey, if anyone's out there, tell them we're goddamn closed.
Then close the door and put a close sign. So, if Ryan catches up to Nick, what is he gonna do? Showdown to become the ultimate street king? To become the manager of the festival? Pepega Carbon? I mean, I gotta say, this is better than Most Wanted's Pepega mod, in my opinion at least. When I first heard about this, that ProStreet was gonna get a Pepega mod, I never thought that they will go above and beyond and make their own story instead of just making memes and jokes of the already existing story that ProStreet has, if you can consider it as a story compared to previous and other Black Box Need for Speed games. And again, I'm not saying that ProStreet doesn't have a story. It does, but it's not to the same extent that Carbon and Most Wanted and Underground had. Overall, I enjoyed it from what I've seen in all the cutscenes and the gameplay videos that it says with other pieces of dialogue. I gotta say, when a modded story for a 2007 Need for Speed game is way better than the most recent Need for Speed, that says something. Now I gotta ask, are they gonna update the story once the game reaches its 1 year anniversary? Or they're just gonna leave it the same like what they did with Most Wanted? Or they're just gonna go ahead and head straight to the next Need for Speed game that they can do a Pepega mod on. Probably Carbon, given the hints that were mentioned in the epilogue. Even if, I don't know how's that gonna make sense, but hey, I'm up for it. Now for the Kings themselves, not bad choices, but Ken Block in particular, obviously he was picked before that day in January happened, but now it's just hits different seeing him. From what I've seen, the story went on as planned. He even had his own tribute during the game once you beat him. But what I want to ask is, was there something different that they had planned for Ken before he passed away, or what was in the game was exactly what was supposed to happen, including the tribute? Now the car selection is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. I thought it would carry over everything from most wanted to hear, but some cars did, but not all of them. Understandable, whatever the reason may be. Speaking of cars, you know what's cool about this mod is that you're able to find wrecked vehicles in events. You know, like barn finds in Forza Horizon, wrecked cars that you can find in Test Drive Limited 2, and even scrap parts that you can find in Need for Speed Payback. You can do that here in ProStreet now with Pepega. Gives it the essence of exploration if you think about it. And customization, man, not just visually, but also in performance as well. You can even swap drivetrains if you wanted to experiment with something like a front wheel drive to a rear wheel drive and see how it can wheelie with maxed out performance. And it's also cool that they added new game modes like sprint runs and drag challenge. And not to mention the bunch of other changes that they've done to ProStreet, but overall, this mod is really good and you should check it out if you want to. If you manage to get ProStreet on your computer, that is. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Alright, good luck. You're gonna need it. Your car is a very interesting way of saying fuck you. Anyway, give it a try. She should be working now.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
Okay. Before the video ends, I just got a few things to say to DustinEden specifically. Eden, I don't know if you watched this video or if you even made it to the end, to this point. I just got a few things to say. Now, I know you already been educated for this one, but no! Not all NASCAR games are the same. And one last thing,